Excuse me. So somebody asked one last thing for today, Friday. Somebody asked something about on the flat picking stuff about the pick angle, and I guess I hadn't thought about it. I think when we start out, if we look at let's see if I can get a good camera shot. I don't know if you could tell. These picks are beveled a certain way. The edges are beveled, and so it rolls off the string a certain way. And well, a lot of times when we play down strumming, we play with the pick tilted forward this way. With flat picking, a lot of times you're back on you're tilted the other direction. You're on the back side of the pick. So because you're doing alternating picking, if you go down like that, you kind of get that scratchy sound. And I still fall into that because I played that way all my life. But one of the things, just to answer that question, one of the things is I have to very kind of mindfully, and again, if you hear that, that's not a good thing either. But I think, and I don't, it could be different for everyone. I think when I try and get some more of those little things going, here's front edge, and I'd probably still do some of that, but I think by and large, when I work my drills, I work on the back edge. I tilt it back towards the back side of the pick. On the other hand, I don't think about it all that much, but when I practice and slow it down, it's not flat, and I suppose some dig in. When you're digging in, you dig in with the front edge of the pick, but I think by and large, when I want to try and play a little faster or have a little more speed, I find that I can get through things if I'm caught in something, and it's a little easier to get through that if I have the pick tilted back a little bit this way, play on the back edge of the pick rather than the front edge, because if from here it drives, I don't know if it matters. I think you get a different tone, so there's a few things going on. So by and large, start out, those exercises, we're doing the little. I tilted backwards, I tilted back a little bit this way. That being said, I could probably find myself playing and it's back to here, because this is the natural tilt of the arm, I think, for a lot of us. So you kind of do that. But for me, I think when it comes time to really pick out some things, I don't know. There may be a lot of different opinions on that, but that feels a lot smoother to me in that kind of playing. If I'm strumming, I want to hammer something and dig in, I guess, the front edge, but back edge by and large. And so when you come back up, you sort of have a little bit more, I think you get a little bit more pick sound on the upstroke, which in alternate picking really gives that distinctive flavor as well. So I guess that maybe answers the question. Or maybe it leads to more questions than we had before we started here. But let's just keep exploring this, shall we? And see where it takes us. For those of you that got it figured out, stick with what you're doing, of course. But I tend to kind of, I'm just looking at ways to kind of speed up the process before I get too old. When I was a young man, I probably didn't think about it, and probably shouldn't think too much about it now. So open, here. We're just open here and just playing like a G major scale. And this anchored fingers are not. little harder to play on the back of the pick when you're down on this side, and then going back and forth between strings. That's a hard one for me, because when you're trying to get from here, and if you got that pattern, I tend to, when I start to speed up, I lean forward like that, and I think that creates tension in my playing. I'm guessing that that leads to a little bit of tension, which is the antithesis of getting that going. So keep that thing rolling through that string. Keep practicing. And this little exercise, 3 2s open, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, is a good way to synchronize your hands, because it's these two hands together ultimately, and so I can work on my pick angle that way too. I want that fluid and smooth. Just going like that. Sorry. Now down here on these lower strings, I think the pick wants to flatten out. And to be honest with you, I don't know what the prescribed method is. Find what works. I start leaning towards I start getting on the front edge of the pick up there, down there, but down here, back edge of the pick. Okay. Now, if any of you former students, you have some kids that want to get started on guitar, let me know, and I'll throw up like I'll throw up. I'll put up some like beginning lessons as I know it that I think might be helpful for young kids just starting the guitar. Oh, and the question of what guitar should I give for my kids? Take them to a store and let them strum some guitars. Set your price limit. Tell the guys what your price limit's at. You know, what's comfortable for your budget, and then let your kids play with them. Play some instruments. You know, get to the music store if you can. If you can't, there's a lot of online resources, but get out to a store, you know, make it a special outing and take them to play some instruments. You know, and they'll find one that they like. They'll find one that speaks to them. And remember, it's the one that speaks to them, not to you or me. You never know, right? And then let me know. I'll put some things up there about left-hand things for beginners, some beginning G chords, how to get that right hand going in time, you know, some C chord, just some 4-string chords maybe. Keep it simple. And you can sing songs, you know. Something, I don't know, you know. So let me know if you'd like to see something like that. So just trying to figure it all out. Hope you all have a great weekend, and hopefully spring will arrive here in Illinois soon. Thanks for taking the time to take a look at this. Thanks.